What's up, nerds? So we watched The Expanse, season 5, episode 4. This is my twin brother, Marlon. Marlon, say hi.
Hello, nerds.
So we watched this episode, Marlon, and what did you think about this episode as a whole?
I loved it. I loved it a lot. I couldn't get enough of it. I was really mad when I I paused it and there's only 8 minutes left. I was like, this can't end. This has
Right
to
on.
keep going.
Yeah, no. I'm fine with the weekly like they put it out weekly because it gets people talking about it on a more constant basis. But at the same time, I miss dropping it all at once so I could just watch it back to back and just be like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I'm super mixed emotion about it because on one hand, I'm a binger totally. Like I love binging shows like back to back to back episodes. But I think one thing that makes you as they're dropping them weekly, it makes you excited every week for the episode to come out. Like I got off work and I could not wait. I had a couple things to do after work and I could not wait to get them all done just to hit this episode.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so why don't we just dive right into this episode?
Yeah.
Episode 4. So it starts off with the Razor Crest, and we get Bobby and Alex on it. And we didn't really get too much of Bobby and Alex. We only got the one scene, well, 2 scenes. But the other one was just them watching that post at the end. But they were sitting there talking. They're following the general and his aide, or just the aide or whatnot. And they've got like a convoy going to a supply drop off or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and she talks about her rat. And do you have any thoughts on this scene?
The only thing I do apologize for my cough, everyone. The only thing that I really have to comment is I really like this scenario that Draper Bobby, when she talks about, there's only so much emotion you can give to a situation before you realize that it's not going to change and you need to get through it and do what's got to be done. And I really liked it. I really liked that. Like she wasn't trying to give him this pep talk like, hey, it's going to be all right. And she's like, this is death coming for our planet and we got to build a coffin.
Right on. So then we move over and we watch they're watching the asteroid hit the Earth and everything. And then we move over to because they watched it on the screen because they got their little update or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then we move over to a UN prison where we get Amos. And
real quick, I will say that one thing they brush over real fast is that the Mars Parliament was also bombed as the first asteroid was. So there was simultaneous attacks on both Mars and Earth, but because the meteors are so more visually, they focus more of that on the show.
Right on. I forgot to write down on my notes, but I do remember that saying that. So then Amos is in a prison called the Pit. What's up with everybody naming prisons the Pit? I mean, you got that in Batman, and then I'm pretty sure there was something else I can't remember off the top of my head. Now this one, I'm like,
I don't know.
Just because it goes underground doesn't mean you have to call it the Pit.
Yeah, they go underground.
So
they go underground, they call it the Pit.
So, and he talks to Peaches, some woman named Peaches. That was her name, right? Peaches. He called her Peaches. Have we seen? I wrote down.
That was her nickname.
I wrote it down. Have we seen this character before?
Yeah, that's Julie Mao's sister. That's Jean-Pierre Mao's oldest daughter, I believe.
Oh, from season 3, right?
Yeah, she's got that mod in her that
makes her all super. Yeah, that's why in season 3 she was super strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. Now that you say that, I remember. I couldn't remember, and now I feel dumb. Anyways.
Yeah, I can't remember what her name is. It's really weird.
Just call her Peaches. I like Peaches.
Okay, we'll call her Peaches.
Peaches now. So he went to see her. Why? I don't know. She said, "Are you trying to help me?" And he's like, "I think I am." And I'm all like, "Yeah, but why? I mean, like, what are you gonna do with her? I mean, the Earth's in shambles at the moment, but that doesn't mean it will be forever." So then a second asteroid hits and that prison goes into lockdown
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And then we move over to Luna Station with what's her name? Salvavana?
Abba Sarala.
Avasarala. Thank you. Avasarala. I'm gonna write that down like you would say. Anyways, so Avasarala, the second asteroid hits and she is like trying so hard to get a hold of somebody in the UN, mostly the president, to let her know like, hey, they're cloaking these asteroids. You need to do this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then she finally gets through to the president through a cook and everything, and then a third asteroid hits, and UN-1 goes down, and they don't know if the president is alive. She's not called the president. I don't remember what her
she's secretary to the UN, I think is what they call
right
her.
on. We'll just say president because I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter because I'm pretty sure she's dead. Then we move over.
She's dead.
Yeah. So then we move over to Tycho Station, and they are setting up a trap for this ship that's coming to pick up this big canister thing. What are those called? Oh, frig, I cannot think of anything right now.
It's just a shipping container.
Shipping container. Thank you. So they're coming to pick
Monica
up the
in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to have Monica in it.
Right on. And Frank gets shot by what was her name? Boomer?
Fred Johnson.
No, Fred gets shot, but who's the woman? What's the name of the woman that shoots him? It doesn't even matter. We all know who it is. He shoots him in the back, and she's obviously one of the people that have taken over this, infiltrated the station to help out Marcos and his free army. Is that what they're called?
Free Navy. The Free
Navy. Thank you. Gosh, I didn't write all these little things down in my notes. I just wrote it. Anyways, so then as he's been shot, he tells, what's his face, that the protomolecule's in his quarters. And
he actually tries to launch it. If you notice, he tries to eject it, which means
I
did kind of backup. But I can't. I wish I could remember her name, but I'm drawing a blank. But the girl, she's like the mole. She's the mole in the whole operation. She has shut down all the stuff, like for him, the ability for him to launch stuff. She set up the reactor emergency that has security rush to.
Right on.
She's the trigger man behind this whole thing. She's not the brains of the operation, but she's definitely leading the way.
Yeah, for sure. So then they shoot a robot into Frank's quarters.
Yep.
And that robot goes and it eventually does steal the protomolecule.
Yep.
And what do you think about that whole thing? That whole
this part it was my favorite part of the whole episode. I love when you have masterminds like Marco and Aros, and his plan. You see, like he's planning stuff out, and when it goes without a hitch like this, I love it. I think that it's like I said, this was my favorite part of the episode. You had the ship show up, they shoot the missile to destroy the canister. Holden notices it's kind of a little trap, and then they shoot the breaching pod while everybody's in this confusion, and it pulls security away, and that's how they get the protomolecule. And now the protomolecules, Fred Johnson's dead, so now, or he gets shot, so now that he's dead, that they can they can threaten the inner planets with it. And I really like that. I really like this part of it. I love it when masterminds plans come. You get to see them all come out like that.
Right on. So at this point in the episode, I wrote down what is Marcos's end game, which we'll talk about later on when we talk about the end. Because I was all like, what is his plan with all this stuff? And everything. Because at first I was like, is he just trying to, watch it all burn? And in fact, Naomi says that. Because I immediately thought to the Dark Knight when he's like, some people just want to watch the world burn. And I'm all like, is that what Marcos wants? He just wants anarchy. Which, speaking of, he had the anarchy symbol on his little flag. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a thing. So anyways, so Fred he dies. He ends up dying, which I wrote down that's sad because I like him. I like Fred.
Yeah.
And I'm sad to see his character go. And then Abba, she is trying to figure out like who's in charge. She's trying to get a hold of her husband. You know, she sees all the devastation, and then they see that somebody in the president's little cabinet turned on the satellite thing that was able to just stop the asteroids from hitting Earth again.
Yeah, they say in there that the command got out before what's her name dies. I can't even think of the Secretary General lady. Anyway,
it doesn't even matter. She's dead.
Yep.
So they destroy the asteroid, and then we go over to Naomi, and she gets brought to Marcos's ship. And she meets Marcos, and he tells her, you know, being a father changes your perspective and everything. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. And and she's all like, you can't change, kind of thing. And then he locks her away, and then he does this big speech about how the inners will no longer rule the galaxy, and that the ring planets are theirs. They're the Belters. And my whole thing about his, like, I thought it was really good, and I did like it a lot. But my whole thing is, like, he can't, like, Belters can't live on planets, right? Or at least not all of them.
So they take these drugs that, if you remember in season 4, when the Belters go down to New Terra, they take these drugs that help thicken their bones and make them able to live on gravity planets with 1G gravity or Earth-like gravity or higher gravity than what they're used to. But not all Belters takes effect on all Belters, because it has to make their heart stronger. And like, you even notice Naomi, she doesn't take to the drugs very well, because it's a painful process. It's painstaking. And then, you know, that's why in season 4, when she's running, her heart starts giving out, and seemingly it's almost like she's having a mini stroke. It's because they can live on these planets if they get through these drugs, and their body accepts them, and then it adapts and allows them to be a hospital environment for them. But they can live on the planets for the most part.
Right on.
I think I read somewhere like two-thirds of the people take to the drug treatment, and 1/3 of the Belters don't.
Well, and I just besides, I'm all like, are all Belters for this? I mean, like, this is the thing. He made his point, but now my whole thing is like, don't they know that protomolecule is dead? Because isn't the protomolecule dead?
No. So the Fred Johnson has seemingly a living protomolecule, but essentially it has to be destroyed before it's inactive. That's why that little tiny speck that was on the Rocinante when they went to Illis or New Terra activated the whole planet, and Miller was looking for answers about who killed the builders. So, because I don't know, I haven't done extensive research on it, but the protomolecule is sent out to kind of help understand and build up life and stuff. And it doesn't make it past Phoebe in at season 1, Phoebe Station, and that's where they find it.
Right on. So that's the episode. I mean, I really liked it. Not an overwhelming amount of stuff happened, but at the same time, stuff happened, which I did like it a lot. I really, my favorite scene was actually the last one, the interaction between Marcos and Naomi. I really liked that scene a lot. I thought it was, it said a lot of things. And then when her son put her in that prison, I thought that said a lot of things. It was very interesting, and I really liked it a lot. I like this show. I really do. I love the actress that plays Naomi. And Marcos. The actor that plays Marcos, he does a good job too. I was very impressed.
They did a very good job casting. In my opinion, all these people, even though it's not everybody, there's some character that they kind of give things from other characters in the books. I haven't read all the books, but there's some things that some characters do that they give to other characters. But anyway, this was a great episode. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
For sure. I'd be the same.
The casting of this was great. There was just a lot of really good stuff going on. But I give it an 8 out of 5 because there wasn't a whole lot, but there was enough where, we're still intrigued. I am super intrigued about what's going on with Bobby and Alex and them tracking down this general. Is he selling weapons? Is there something more nefarious going on? What is Mars planning through all this? I know it's dying, but they don't really tell you about what the Martian government's really doing, and I haven't got that far in the books. And then you get like the asteroids hitting, killing the leader of the UN. We'll call her the president because I think it's Madam Secretary. But anyway, then I wish we would have got more with Amos in that storyline because I'm intrigued by that stuff. But yeah, this was a great episode. I loved every minute. I really like Marcos. It's a love-hate thing. Nobody wants to root for the guy killing millions of people.
Right.
But at the same time, you kind of, as humans, it's easy to understand being, mistreated for so long and wanting to fight back and show that seemingly that even though they're all humans, your faction of people are strong enough to defy you. So you need to step lightly. And like I said, the protomolecule theft part was my favorite on Tychos. I love that whole sequence of events just because you're like, wow, this, they planned it all out with the breaching pod and all that stuff. So yeah, I love this episode. Probably my favorite by far, only because the other ones were so slow and stuff.
Oh, for sure. I agree. This one was probably my favorite by far.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we really have to say about this episode. It was good and everything. What did you guys think about this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Which is your favorite character? Do you like all the actors they picked for the characters? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. Marlon, you won't mind?
I will not mind.
All right. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next Expanse review. You guys have a good day.